then we are going to look at an instrument of enlightenment from the Sanatana Dharma, the Sudarshana Chakra, who moves towards his devotees. He is seen more inclined to support, inclined to be there for his devotee. There is no degeneration or dissolution about him. Time is a dimension, very important dimension, one who is a nature, one who is of the nature of Kala, time, which is indicated by the word Ritu or season. Kala, Ritu pointing to Kala, and here also Kalaya referring to the measure, the limitations that is set for everything that is in motion. Constantly see that Sudarshana Chakra is that circle or the wheel. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the Clay Studios oil painting vlog number 43 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is a painting that follows the principle of calligram or micrography to paint the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu. While the painting is going on, I am also trying to understand the deeper meanings lying underneath these names with the help of scriptures from Sanatana Dharma. Whatever I am learning as an amateur, I am also sharing with you. We are these weekly vlogs. In a typical vlog, you will see that I am covering about 10 names and their meanings, and then do take the tangential perspective for some of those names. We have already covered names up to 410 in our previous vlogs. Even though we are doing only 10 at a time, I would definitely suggest that you take a look at the previous vlogs, because you will see that I am constantly referring to the previous vlogs simply because they are interconnected. There's a lot of interconnection, and the more deeper your understanding is, the more interesting it gets, and the more insightful and useful practically for your life it will be. Let's get on to today's plan. What exactly are we going to do today? 10 names, of course. 411 through 420 is what we are going to look at. And then we are going to look at an instrument of enlightenment from the Sanatana Dharma, the Sudarshana Chakra. Without much ado, let's get on to the names and the meanings first. 411th name is Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. We have looked at the Hiranyagarbha from very different perspectives many times in the previous vlogs, and here in this context it means he who has the cause of the golden colored egg coming out and out of which Brahma was born. It's mentioned as an egg here, and I think it could also be the lotus that we see in the picture. There are different contexts I can see and different meanings referred to, but overall the concepts remains the same. The birth of Brahma, or the coming of Brahma into existence via the NAABI, the navel of Sri Vishnu, is what is described here as well as Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. 412th name is Om Shatrughnaya Namaha. This refers to one who destroys the enemies of Devas. We have looked at this point as well many times, but we are going to take a very different perspective to it also in a short while from now when we look at Sudarshana Chakra. 413th name is Om Vyaptaya Namaha, referring to one who as the cause pervades all the effects. Cause and effect theory is also something we have touched upon before, isn't it? 414th name is Om Vayave Namaha. Vayave Namaha refers to one who moves towards his devotees. He is seen more inclined to support, inclined to be there for his devotees. 415th name is Om Adokshajaya Namaha. This is because he is the one who undergoes no degeneration from his original nature. There is no degeneration or dissolution about him. 416th name is Om Rutave Namaha, one who is of the nature of Kala, time. Yeah. Time is a dimension, very important dimension. One who is one who is of the nature of Kala, time, which is indicated by the word Ritu or season. Rutave refers to this, season here. And again, we are pointing to Kala. We will also come to that point in a short while from now. 417th name is Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, one whose darshana or vision, that is knowledge, bestows the most auspicious fruit of moksha. So that's a point of view. Sudarshana refers to his vision. Also, the bestowing of vision is also referred to as the knowledge being bestowed, and through the knowledge, what is getting accomplished, what to be accomplished, it's the moksha, the liberation. 418th name is Om Kalaya Namaha. This refers to one who measures and sets a limit for everything. Kala, Ritu pointing to Kala, and here also Kalaya referring to the measure, the limitations that is set for everything that is in motion. Yeah. 419th name is Om Parameshtane Namaha. This refers to one who dwells in his supreme greatness in the sky of the heart. Yeah. 420th name is Om Parigrahaya Namaha, referring to one who, being everywhere, is grasped on all sides by those who seek refuge in him, or one who grasps or receives the offering made by devotees. It's both ways. So this is a very expansive name, Parigrahaya Namaha, grasped on all sides by those who seek refuge in him. I see this in this way, that you could follow any religion, any methodology, any approach. Can we say that we are trying to grasp things from different sides and different approaches, different perspectives, but we all, seek the same in a way. So that could be that, and it could also work both ways. So he lets us do things differently, the way we want, the way we prefer, but he is able to move towards us when there is a kind of devotion in us, there is kind of discipline in us and understanding in us. Yeah, so it's working both ways. With that, we come to the end of the 10 names and their meanings, and now we are ready to look at the instrument of enlightenment, the dispeller of ignorance, the Sudarshana Chakra. Pretty simply put, the Sudarshana Chakra is something that you see even in the picture as a ring or a circle around the finger of Sri Vishnu. In a painting, in any such image, that you will see that you can see other elements. It could be any accessories, any jewelry that the god or goddesses have, or it could be any other instruments such as weapons that the god or goddess is holding. They are all in static position. But this is the only exception to the rule. This is a dynamic, moving element that we usually paint or put up in such imagery. You will constantly see that Sudarshana Chakra is that circle or the wheel that is in the finger of Sri Vishnu, that's always seen in movement. We will look at that. Why is that so? Dynamic symbol. It's a dynamic symbol that is also a constant reminder of something. What is that? And that is the relentlessness of passage of time, Kala. We looked at Kala from the perspective Rutave Namaha, Kalaya Namaha, Rutave referring to the season, and Kalaya pointing to the measure that is set, that there is a limitation that is set. And actually, this disc that you see that is in movement, dynamic symbol, is actually the symbol of passage of time and the understanding that there is a need to remain vigilant and morally grounded all the time. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop even for a single split second. It's always on the move. So it's not a mere weapon, it has life. To be honest, this is also in Sanatana Dharma. You will see that this chakra is not referred to as it, it's he. Chakra Talvar is one name that you will see that it's referred to as a human or a living element like us, and supposed to believed to have 1,000 hands. And there is also a small story around this, that King Kārtaveerya Arjuna was referred to as a true incarnation of this chakra. So in this Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali, we have been looking at various avatars of Sri Vishnu, isn't it? Just like the way you see various avatars of Sri Vishnu, there is also this chakra taking different avatars, different embodiments. And Kārtaveerya Arjuna is a king, and this was the king of the ancient higher dynasty that was ruling over Mahishmati, which is currently called Madhya Pradesh in India. He was a ruler, and higher dynasty is also connecting to the Hayagrivar form of Sri Vishnu somehow. So he is very much present wherever Sri Vishnu is, or he is also taking, here I am referring to the Sudarshana chakra, the wheel, is taking different incarnation, and he has taken an incarnation that is Kārtaveerya Arjuna king. We are going to look at a verse from Shrimad Bhagavadam to understand a little more on the chakra, the Sudarshana chakra. This is Shrimad Bhagavadam, Canto 3, chapter 19 and verse 22. Pradushkrutanam Mayanam Asurinam Vinashayat Sudarshanastram Bhagavan Prayunta Daitam Tripat. Here, Pradushkrutanam refers to displayed, Mayanam, the magical forces, Asurinam refers to displayed by the demon, Vinashayat refers to desiring to destroy, Sudarshanastram is the Sudarshana as a weapon, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prayunta, through Daidam, beloved, Tripath, the enjoyer of all sacrifices. The meaning, let's go over that when we put things together, is the Lord, the personal enjoyer of all the sacrifices, now discharged his beloved Sudarshana chakra, Sudarshana, which was capable of dispensing the magical forces displayed by the demon. So this dispensing of the chakra or dispensing of the Sudarshana chakra is also a way that Lord Vishnu is initiating the dispelling of darkness, or using it as an instrument of our enlightenment. So when he says here in Bhagavatam, any kind of magical forces that could have stopped us, or the demon here need not necessarily be looked at as somebody villainous. It could be within us, any kind of darkness within us is another magical force that is acting like a veil between us and the enlightenment, and that could be lifted through Sudarshana chakra. And I have a very interesting short story to share with you on this as well. This is about a Rishi Muni by name Durvāsā, sage Durvāsā, and Mahārājā Ambarīṣa. Mahārājā Ambarīṣa is a king that was fully devoted to Lord Vishnu, and it's always in prayers and following all the austerities and such. In one such time that he was on following a kind of austerity, and I think that it was Ekadashi Vrata, if I remember correctly. So he has to keep Vrata, meaning focusing his mind and his attention on the God. Most importantly, he is also fasting. And once the Vrata is complete, the fasting has to be broken. So that's the principle and the whole benefit of the Vrata. And sometimes, when the kings are taking Vrata, it's not just for themselves, praying for yourselves. Most of the Vratas is also intended for the Lokakshema, or the benefit of the general, their subjects, if you can think of it like that. So he is in that penance, he is in the Vrata, and during the Vrata, there is a visitor arriving, and that is Durvāsā Muni, or the sage Durvāsā. He pays respect to the sage and invites him to come and have the meal, but of course he is aware that he is also about to break his fast, and then of course we can have the food together. That was the whole plan. While sage Durvāsā says, I've had a long travel, I'm going to have a bath near the river and then come back and then join you. It made sense. So the sage goes around, takes his bath and comes back, and while that goes by, he's also done with the Vrata and completes his process, and it's the right time for him also to take his meal. So everything made sense. He says fine, go on, and he waits. The king is waiting for the sage to arrive. There is a rule here: when a guest is arrived and he is already offered to give him food or something like that, it's always the guest that is looked as a god incarnated. Aditi Devo Bhava. So the guest is provided the first ounce of food first. Serve whatever you have to the guest first, and then serve yourself. So that's the principle. So he is waiting for the guest to arrive, but he is also supposed to break his fast. Kala is playing here. Time is playing here. So the time is passing by, and if he doesn't break fast at the right time, all the benefits of the Vrata will not come to him, meaning to his subjects as well. So he has to break the fast, taking the responsibility of the Vrata or the fasting itself, the Anushtanam itself. But at the same time, he has to follow the principle of the Dharma, that is saying that the guest is God, and respect that as well. This kind of situation that he was in, he takes suggestions from his guru, whoever is available in the court. What should I do? And they suggest, if you break the fast by drinking water, then you have done the process of breaking the fast at the right time. At the same time, it will not be a disrespect to your guest as well, because you're not eating anything. You just had a sip of water. I need a glass of water. In between, I take a break. It will be as simple as that. It looks simple. So he takes a glass of water and proceeds towards his mouth. Sage Durvāsā enters, and he gets angry. He gets angry that it was a disrespect to the guest, especially a sage like him, that the king couldn't wait patiently a little longer. So in this anger, sage Durvāsā wants to punish. You know how the sages punish? By now you might have listened to so many stories. The way the sages punish is usually cursing the subject that is being punished. So he wants to curse. At this time, King Ambarīṣa is only thinking of doing the justice. And at this moment, he is only thinking of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu arrives because he is unable to see the whole drama. He's thinking that it's unfair that his subject is being treated this way because, he tried to follow the right principles and the sage is, kind of overstepping. So in this rage, anger, there is a lot of things that happens. Every story has a deeper meaning. And the curse also has a deeper meaning. I think we will come back to that in a later point. But coming back to the Sudarshana Chakra here, out of anger, sage Durvāsā is now targeted by Vishnu. How? He deploys the instrument for enlightenment, Sudarshana Chakra. And Sudarshana runs around. Sudarshana Chakra, if you can imagine the weapons of today, intelligent weapons of today that can, go around trying to find the target, different directions, keeps running around until, it finds the target and hits. But Sudarshana doesn't necessarily kill Sage Durvāsā at all, because the point was not to kill, or rather the point here was to make the sage that is a little bit adamant on his thoughts to let go and get enlightened, understand the deeper meaning behind whatever is going on in this storyline, and where does he fit in the game of this cosmic actions that are happening. So the whole point of Sudarshana Chakra was going around Sage Durvāsā to make him wonder what's going on, and did I really do something wrong, and think, realize, reflect on what he did and come back. The curse itself was that the curse that Sage Durvāsā gave King Ambarīṣa was that he will lose all his virtues and end up being a fish and tortoise and a boar and a lion, whatever. So he gives a kind of curse where he takes different avatars. And you know what Lord Vishnu does? This is a very good thing. Whatever you gave as a curse to my devotee, I take it personally. Yeah, I take it personally, not meaning I take it personally and get back at you. No, I take it personally. I will take the curse and I will do all the avatars. So this is one of the reason behind, we can say, the storyline that is, can we say, an opening storyline to all these avatars of Lord Vishnu. So that's the story. But coming back to the thought process of when it is getting deployed, sorry to have used the word it, when he is getting deployed, Sudarshana Chakra is getting deployed, is when there is a need to dispel the darkness or ignorance, there is a need for enlightenment. With that, we come to the close of this session. Please do share your thoughts on the same. What is your instrument for enlightenment? How do you see it? What is that dynamic symbolism that's available in maybe different religions or belief systems? I would like to understand. Please do share your thoughts on the same. Until we meet in the next session, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay motivated. Thank you. Bye-bye.